Well, hello there. Welcome to Brant Life, our very first episode in 2025. It's very similar to what it was in 2024, except it's now this year. Believe it or not, this is your community portal to talk about all the great things happening inside Brantford, Brant County, Six Nations, and beyond. We love talking with interesting people about interesting stuff. That's why we're on TV. We're going to get it kicked off for the brand new year with our Member of Parliament, Larry Brock. Great to have you here, Larry.
Great to be here. Happy New Year,
Happy
Dave.
New Year.
Happy New Year to the great citizens of Brantford Brant.
Did you have a nice holiday? Have a nice New Year's?
Very relaxing. Definitely needed it. It was a very long fall session, long spring session in 24 as well, but very nice to be back in the community.
Now, we were just chatting because you're in the riding in the middle of the week because we're at a unique point in our federal government, and
we are.
Obviously there's a lot of different political reasons, but I thought maybe it would be neat to just to be able to, from your perspective, give it sort of we're in a prorogued state to policy wonks and political people. That might mean something. To a lot of others, you hear that word and you go, well, what exactly is this?
Yes.
What is this? What are we in right now?
So the government of Canada is in a sort of a caretaker mode right now. So business is still being conducted. The essential elements of government is still being serviced. Canadians are still being serviced. But the actions of Parliament itself, the House of Commons, has been completely discontinued. Mm-hmm. So it's not only the House of Commons, it's all the committee work, anything that we do as members of Parliament outside of our ridings and in Ottawa comes to a complete halt. Mm. It also means, unfortunately, all the government bills, all the private member bills that were in the hopper, ready to be debated, ready to be voted on, that is all scrubbed. You essentially have to start from scratch.
Okay.
We had a lot of interesting pieces of legislation that we were ready to deal with, and unfortunately, we'll have to wait until the next government takes the election and then decides what, if anything, is done with those pieces of legislation. So government, it stops, it's suspended, but it's not a complete dissolution of government. It's not a situation where we're in election mode right now. So we still have a prime minister. He has indicated his preference, his choice to step down once a new leader is chosen. That is supposed to take place on March the 9th. And then what happens thereafter depends on a number of things. We could find ourselves back in Parliament for a few days. There'll be a throne speech, a new mandate given by the new Prime Minister of this country, the new leader of the Liberal Party. There'll be a vote. Whether or not confidence is maintained, it will be dependent on what the issues are. Mm-hmm. If there is no confidence, then the Governor General will seek to dissolve government, and then we are in an election. Minimum period of time, David, is 35 days. It can be extended all the way to 50 days.
I was going to say, I know you're not allowed to say, but it's just you and me on a couch here. Like, when's the election? It's probably in the spring.
There's been 3 dates that have been bantered around, assuming perhaps a 40 to 45 day writ period. We're looking at the earliest, could be May 2nd, could be May 9th, 16th, or the 24th, the day after the Victoria Day holiday. Where
there's obviously a lot of, we don't have to get into it, but rhetoric of who should own our country and what country should we be going on right now. But I only bring it up because when you mentioned the idea that we then go and speak to the Governor General, sometimes when I am explaining the ins and outs of our federal government, not everyone understands it. They said, so what happens is, in a situation like this, they walk across and they call a guy and go, hey, Governor General, we want to be able to do that. And he gets on the phone and goes to King Charles. Hello, here's what we're going to do. Okay, make it so. But I make it long and fun. But that's sort of how this works. We're a very different country, and we still have a king, don't we?
We still have a king. We have the king's representative in the form of the Governor General. She does not have to seek permission from King Charles to dissolve the Canadian government. She's bestowed that authority. But if the request is made by the new Prime Minister of Canada, then that request will be followed through.
Now,
and then we're definitely into an election at that point.
While we're at it here, this is probably a good chance to chat about a very special event that you and our MPP, I believe, are co-hosting on February 22nd. It's the giving out the King Charles III medals to be able to celebrate his coronation.
That's correct. So there was a very small allotment of medals given to all sitting MPs and sitting MPPs, the total of which is roughly around 30 to 35. So we're not talking about a great number here. So what we have done is we have selected 30 to 35 extremely worthy individuals who have led a lifetime of service to their community, whether here in Brantford or in Brant County. We are inviting those individuals with their guests to attend at the Walter Gretzky Golf Club on the 22nd of February for a very regal event, a very ceremonial event. The food will be in keeping of our monarchy traditions.
Some bangers and mash.
Well, I don't know about bangers and mash, but perhaps a high tea event.
Okay, all right.
Okay, but it'll be a very special, noteworthy event. We're really looking forward to that.
That's wonderful. I'm thrilled to be able to
and thank you for agreeing to MC it. Yes.
I was the recipient of the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Medal,
yes,
and then
you were.
the subsequent 10-year later Platinum Jubilee. Or,
Platinum, yes.
And they were such special events, and so I'm really looking forward to helping people celebrate this. Okay, we're short on time. We've got about maybe 30 seconds or so. Yeah. What are you most excited about 2025?
Excited about the prospect of a new government, a new mandate, new responsibilities. I was gifted with a promotion this past June by our leader, Pierre Poilievre. I'm now the Shadow Minister of Justice and the Attorney General with a 30-year-plus background in law. It is right up my alley. It's an extension of all the good work that I'm doing. So I'm looking forward with optimism as to what 25 will bring not only to our community, but right across this country.
Wonderful. Larry, thanks so much for being here, and thank you for
Dave.
all the work you do in our community.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right, more great people, more great stories coming up on Brant Life right after this.